What's up? Hey, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Kayleen, and this is
Talk It Out Tuesday, where we talk out our problems. One problem I had is I just had some ice cream, and now my stomach hurts. What's your problem of the day?
There's a lot going on. School.
Just one, please.
Well, today I finished actually all my school, but it's been a busy day, for real.
For real, for real.
For real, for real.
Well, why don't we just jump on into it?
Honestly, we didn't really plan for today. We just said, let's do the thing. And whatever we start talking about is what we're going to talk about. Because that's usually how our FaceTimes go. We literally just update each other on how our life is going, so.
Got any new boys?
No.
That sucks.
What about you?
At the moment, no. Right now, I've been listening to some, well, that's good, and oddly enough, there have been a bunch of podcasts about, singleness and relationships as well. And, I think that's just God telling me that, I need to embrace my singleness,
But I saw a TikTok that actually gives a really good point that says, why are you actually single?
Single because I still need to grow.
Are you called to single, or are you thinking you're called to single even though you're not actually called to singleness? You're just...
I'm, not called to anyone right now. It's not, the time for me to meet my person because, even though a lot of people are like, oh my God, God, bless this relationship. Sure, they, for them, they might have, but, I'm 17. I don't think that, I've met, my person,
How do you know?
I mean, I don't know. No one knows if they found their person.
Exactly.
Except,
So I think I understand singleness is a thing, and I think God will call us to seasons of singleness. But at the same time, I don't know, I have conflicting thoughts about singleness, because I don't think you can embrace being single necessarily because you're always meeting people. It's just whether you're ready to step into a relationship. You get me?
Well, yeah, because they, in the Bible, it says, we're made to, be married and be, with other people.
But I think it would be different. It would be different if you were, in a relationship and then, that relationship worked out, then God's calling you to singleness. But if you've been single your whole life, you know nothing else besides being single, so how could God be calling you to singleness?
No, but that's the thing. There is an opportunity, there is a door, but, knowing that, that door, isn't for me right now is, what I'm trying to say.
So there is a door?
Yes, but that door is, not for me right now.
For what reasons?
For the
because
reasons
there's a door,
that,
so God had to put a door there for a reason.
That I'm 17, I'm not mature enough, I'm not ready for that.
See, no. For me, there could be possibilities, but the people who are asking, some of them are way too immature and do not have a faith-like mindset that I would love my husband to have, if that makes sense. Now, there are others who could be potentially, but for me, I am slow to commitment. If you know me well, you know I'm very slow to big commitments. It takes me a while to process and really commit to something if it's long term. And so I don't think I would step into a relationship until I know that that person is one of my best friends first. Best friends first. And that I can rely on them and trust them regardless. And if we were to break up, which I would hope, God willing not, that we could figure it out, take a break, and then become friends, platonic friends again.
See, that's what, a lot, like, everyone's like, oh, I'm, like, friends with my, like, ex and stuff. But I literally, like, I watched this one, like, YouTuber girl, and she was like, there's no need for you to be friends. And I was like, okay, like, there's two extremes, you know? Like, you could either, like, some people will be like, oh, yeah, like, we're friends still, and then it's, like, more than friends. And then some people are like, oh, we're not friends, I hate him. Like, I think there should be, like, a happy medium, you know? Like, I think that you can be friends and, like, you can, like, be there for each other, but then you also, like, don't, you know, like, you shouldn't hate someone. You should, like, be able to forgive them and let them forgive you. But then also, like, you shouldn't, like, be, like, overstep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so, little disclaimer out there. We both have never been in a solid relationship. And we haven't been in a solid relationship. We haven't dated, necessarily. Have either of us been asked to step into a relationship? Yes.
Yes, we're what, how old are you? 20 and 17. Like, I mean, it's, like, normal, you know?
I mean, it took you how many...
Hey, we were around the same age, sister. Okay?
No, I guess I was 16, 15, 16. And, no, I wasn't sophomore. Oh, that makes me sound young. I think I was just 16.
I was 16 when it happened.
Anyways, yeah, we've never been in a, like, long-term relationship. We've been asked for, like, we've been asked to
We've
enter
never been on a date before.
I have to tell people that it's, like, I have to refer to this person as my ex because of the series of events and time that happened. It was so long, if you know. But anyways,
I call you a mistress, actually.
You're so mean.
You know, Mom's been watching all our videos. Hi, Mom.
I wouldn't say mistress, because I've never talked to or dated anyone that was in a relationship at the time.
Okay.
Was I a rebound?
Does off count? Yeah.
Yeah. So I would consider myself, I was a rebound. Sure. Anyways, back on topic. I think if you're lucky to be able to be mutual friends with an ex or someone you potentially would have dated, then that's more power to you. Then good for you. That's great. If you can't, then it's understandable. I mean, a lot could or goes into what's happening, and a lot could ruin a friendship or even a relationship in any manner, whether it's like an intimate love friendship relationship or just like a platonic relationship. Like, a lot goes into it. And so whatever the reason was for the fight, the breakup, the stop talking, whatever, that it's different for everyone. So if it's big enough to, like, hurt your friendship forever, then that's what it is. But if you're able to see past that, and I guess either way, I think you should forgive. It's not easy, but you should forgive. And whether you can take the next step and be friends, or take the next step and just say, hey, you do you, I wish you the best, no harm, like, no bad blood, but I wish you the best, but we just can't be friends again because that friendship is tainted. That's understandable as well. I think right now with certain individuals, I would say that I am friends with all of them on social media.
But that's like friends.
That's what I'm saying. I'm friends with them on social media. Do I talk to them? No. We don't talk, we don't keep up, but they do have my social medias and I have theirs, and that's it. So if I saw them, I would be able to say hi, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. But I don't think I can be as close to them as I ever was.
I did want to ask your opinion on, like, high school relationships. Like, do you think...
Oh, did you now? You did.
Shut up. Do you think that it's, like, a good idea to be in a relationship? And, like, you heard Ben Higgins' podcast, right? with Jess, and how her father was go on as many dates as you can.
Yes, go. Okay, so I think I respect that that idea of he didn't necessarily say date around. They didn't say that. The dad and her, she didn't say date around. But he said go on as many dates as you can. And I think there's a very big difference, because if you're going on dates with as many people, you get to see the type of person you're interested in, the type of person that you want in your life or you need in your life, or a type of person you could be with forever. Now, if you didn't go on those dates or meet those people, then how would you ever know? But I do think there's a difference between going on a date, seeing if it's yay or nay, and then either continuing or stopping it. I don't think you should keep seeing them day after day, date after date, if you know it's not going to work. If you know it's just going to be a friendship, then keep it that way, because then you're hurting more people and hurting yourself if you continue. But if you meet them, you'd be like, oh, I had a really, next day, obviously, don't do it that day of, because, that could hurt, but whatever. Or even at the end of the day, if you have that conversation, that's even better. But having that space to be like, hey, I really enjoyed last night, thank you so much for taking me on a date. Or if you're a guy, hey, thank you so much for going on a date with me, I really appreciate it, but I am so sorry. I don't think we should go on as anything more than just friends. And sometimes it's hard to say, trust me, but it's gonna help you and help the other person a whole lot better. So yes, go on as many dates as you can, but do not date around without the intent of, I wouldn't even say dating for marriage, but dating to find the father of your children, the one you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Because marriage, that's one part of it, but there's also family, kids, and so much more than just your husband. So if I think that, yeah, I like what she did say about, or her dad's advice on going on as many dates, meeting as many different people. But again, be respectful of yourself and respectful of the people you are dating or going on dates with, because dating around gets messy, and it's messy,
and that's the thing too,
a lot
because
of people.
it's hard because I was thinking about this today, if you're dating around, obviously I'm in high school, is it smart to be dating around in high school? Because yes, I need the experience and to see what I want, what I don't want, but then also I know that a bunch these high school boys aren't ready for that, aren't mature yet.
Yeah.
And so when would be a good season, I guess.
See, okay, so for me, I don't think high school was the place for me. I mean, clearly, let's be honest. I think it's different for everyone. I know a really good, solid, cute Christian couple who came out of our high school, and they've been dating since senior year of high school till now. Did they get the same college? Yes, blah, blah, blah. But they were both solid in their faith. They both, I know one dated one or two people during high school, but the other one didn't. But they ended up working. They're still together, the same age as me, and they have a really solid relationship, and it's really nice to see a couple come out of our high school solid and doing well, and yeah, so it's good to see. But for me, obviously it wasn't my place. But again, high school was rough for me because I was going through a lot outside of school, and so I think it depends. Now again, the whole dating around thing, I know I don't know which one I think it was the dude, but either way, I know he doesn't necessarily regret the person he was dating before her, but he wishes he took it slower. So he wouldn't date this girl, then date the other girl another year, and then finally find his girl who he's still dating. He wished he would have, after his first breakup, kind of taken more time, so then that he could date the next person with a clear conscience. Thankfully, they're still together and they're working out, but you know, he thinks he rushed into the second one too fast, which hurt him and the other person. But high school relationships, I think, are really interesting because sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. We don't know. You just kind of, I guess, sadly have to try. And I think it takes both parties, both individuals, to be very mature and respectful and obviously responsible. But I think respect is huge. If you're just dating to have a boyfriend or to have a date or whatever, I don't think that's right. Obviously, in the moment, you could really like someone and be like, oh, I could totally see myself marrying this person. But if there's even a slight hesitation of no, then don't do it. Because high school hurts. High school relationships I've seen hurt a lot of people. Some make it out, which is so awesome, but a lot don't. Yes, you could be the one out of how many, but I don't know. I think high school, it's hard because you have college coming up. And while you may or may not go to the same college, long distance is, and whether you may or may not make it out of long distance, a lot of life is ahead of you. And so, hey, my best advice is, hey, talk to the person while you're in high school. Keep them as your best friend. And then see where things go. If you can be friends for a good amount of time and then it ends up being something more, then even better to you. But I think good relationships take time. I know Torrin Wells in his podcast with Sadie also said, like, in order to be able to fully love someone, you also have to be able to fully know someone, and vice versa. To be truly loved, you have to be fully known. And so hopping into relationships is dangerous. Hopping to anything is dangerous. But I think for a successful relationship, it doesn't always work, but for the potential of a successful relationship, it takes time to truly get to know someone so that you could truly love them. And time for everyone is different. Some people it's 5 months, some people it's a year, some people it's 3 years. I don't know. It's different. So as far as high school dating, I'm not for or against it. It's more like if you, the person, and you, the other person, are ready spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, ready for that next step, because it could work, but it also couldn't. And then to go on as many dates as possible, I say when you're ready. I mean, you can go in high school and go on as many dates, but still be respectful, responsible enough to be like, thank you so much, but if you need time, I understand, but I think we should just be friends. Or, that was really fun. Maybe we can go on another date again another time. And then if that second one doesn't go out, say the same thing. Sorry, or that was really fun. Let's do this again another time. Because no one said that you have to start being boyfriend and girlfriend after the first date. No one said that. Obviously, if he asks you or she asks you, then maybe you gotta have that chit chat.
We haven't gotten there, you see, so we don't know.
Yeah, dates are never harmless. You don't even have to kiss on a date. You could just talk and get to know someone. It doesn't have to be physical, and I think that's where this generation, this whatever you want to call it, has kind of tainted the idea of a date, which is sad.
And like, especially, I was talking to Kayleen about this. Like, I was ranting to her one night about how, like, we've grown up with like High School Musical and like a bunch of like these like TV shows with like high schoolers who like date and stuff, and they end up making it out, or they're like toxic for each other, and we like look up to that, and we've like grown up with that, so we think that's like, oh, when we get to high school, I'm gonna have 5 boyfriends, I'm gonna have 5 girlfriends, I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna be that, we're gonna go on dates every night and stuff. And it's just like not reality. Like, we don't see those like kids in those movies like doing school or like doing their sports or anything and balancing all of it. You just see,
if you think about it, a lot of those people, actors and actresses who did date their co-star, half of them aren't even together anymore. So
exactly.
I'm honestly grateful that I never dated the people I wouldn't even say, I didn't really even talk to them. I would say chit chat. And then out of nowhere, you would consider it talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
What is chit chatting?
So wait. Is the boundary, is like the levels, I guess you could call it, is it like friends, then talking, then a thing, and then dating?
And then engaged, and then married.
Okay. Well, I would say
and then grandparents, yes.
Okay. Well, obviously I wouldn't consider myself a thing with those people, but I would say we talked a lot, and although what I went through was really tough and I would not want to do that again, I'm also grateful that I didn't actually date them or we weren't a thing or anything like that, because I think this was towards junior-ish of high school-ish, and I think if I would have dated this person, it would have hurt me more than it already has. It's already hurt me with my trust and how deep I go with people and how open I am with people, especially dudes. But I am grateful that I didn't date them, because I think it would be a lot worse than it is now. And I think I would be more angry and more upset. Now let me be honest, this continued for a whole another couple of years after. Not as much talking, but more the pursuing, and then the no's, and then the trying to be friends and all that. Thankfully, we're at a place where we can be social media friends and say hi to each other, but in person, but that's like it. As far as college stuff, I think freshman year I was like, no, I cannot date, because there's just so much new, so much change going on, and if I jump into something new, I will actually get overwhelmed. And so I was not, I really couldn't, which I didn't. So, but I think now, am I in a place where I could date? Yeah, I could say that. Am I looking though? No. If it comes along the way, maybe, but I think right now I'm in a good place in my faith, a good place in my school, and a good place in myself, I guess, in my mind, where I could possibly date. But am I also happy where I'm at? Yes, because I think I've worked really hard to get here, and I'm finally starting to trust everybody again, finally trying to build deeper relationships and just to get to know people better and love all people better, because I think for a long time I was kind of flustered and frustrated with a lot of people.
That's another thing, like back to the high school thing, I wanted to talk about like how you would have been like more angry and stuff, and like you would have been hurt more. But that's why I think that we don't give our like parents enough credit. Like as much as like we were mad at them and like didn't understand like why they were so like protective of us, like now like I understand. Like they were like, no, like this isn't like for you, and I'm like, why do you get to tell me? But then they're just doing it out of like
when you get to date and when you don't.
They're just doing it out of love and protection, and like now I'm like, oh
yeah,
like now I see, now I understand. And like yeah, sometimes they are like strict and they don't I feel like they don't give us like enough freedom, but in that they're like, you know, like it's like this one quote where it's like they give you like boundaries and they want to like make sure that you are like safe and stuff, because they do love you and they do like care for you, so that when you are older and stuff that you have the freedom, you're not like bound by like, oh, like I had this relationship from the past. And like mom always tells us like if you like get your heart broken, like a piece of you goes missing, you know. She always says that, and we're
honestly, yeah,
and we're like, and I'm like,
and
now
like,
yeah, that's true.
I realized yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, a couple of days ago, I was talking to my roommate about it, and we were just kind of just talking about where we are in our life, and I was like, honestly, I didn't date this person necessarily, but I'm really proud of, I don't think I realized that I'm kind of proud of myself for how I handled the situation, because I had to tell my mom and dad what was going on, and I had to, I guess you could say, break the news. I mean, not that I wasn't even really looking to date during high school, because I was like, it was junior year, so I was like, I'm going either 30 minutes away or 5 hours away. And so 3,000 miles away through a plane, 3-hour time difference. But so 30 minutes or all of that. But I like didn't know, so I wasn't gonna date because I didn't know, and I was not gonna hold out or wait. No. But I'm really proud of the way I handled it, but I'm also thankful for the way mom and dad raised us, because I was able to handle it respectfully and responsibly, and I didn't just say yes to dating. I knew what my values were. I knew what my standards were. I knew what mom and dad wanted for me, and so I was able to be like, no, like kind of put the boundaries there. Were there stumbles? Oh yeah, of course. It wasn't no and that's it. There was a lot of other things, but in the end I think I handled it as best as I could at 16 years old, especially with the circumstances. Now looking, I see there's a lot of guys who, bless their souls, are just not ready. And I've always been told that I'm too mature for my age, almost, that I'm literally 60-year-old, 40-year-old in a 20-year-old body. I go to bed at 10. Anyways, I think mom and dad have taught me to realize what I want in a relationship, but also what I deserve. And how I should be treated and how valued I am. And that's not to boast or anything, but it's really to be like, those are the expectations on how I should be treated, how I should be pursued, and how my relationship should be fruitful and not degrading and not jealous, fulfilled, whatever. But it should be, I don't know what the word is, but it should be respectful of one another. Both parties need to be mature and responsible. And so, yeah, the other day I was just thinking, I was like, wow. And I think mom and dad really trust me on who I were to date. You know what I mean? I think in high school they were a little like, get in. But they never were, but like even when everything happened, they were kind of like, good choice, like good job on how you handle it, I mean, they still gave me pointers and everything, like, don't get me wrong, but I think they were, after that incident, they were kind of like, okay, I think she knows what I think she knows what she's doing to an extent. I think she can handle herself. She knows her expectations, and she knows how to handle herself. And so when I come to college, do I still need my parents' approval? Probably. Will I still ask for it? Definitely. But because that's really important to me, but I think they know that, and so they're kind of like, hey, if she finds a dude, she'll go through the talking thing, maybe once they hit the thing phase, she'll come to us, which I will, because words of affirmation are very important to me.
Really? That's your number one?
No, quality time is.
That's what
But words of affirmation is a very close second.
Dude, you and I are like the same.
Yeah.
Anyways, now we're gonna go on to Jace. Oh my gosh, this kid. I'm kidding, we can't talk about him if he's not here. But let's just say,
him on the other hand, I think we'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
His head on his shoulders is a little wobbly sometimes.
A little. Yeah. He's kind of, I don't know about you, but he's kind of like me. He's a little obsessive. Yeah. Anyways. He's gonna kill me.
He won't watch it anyways.
He won't. Especially not this far.
But as far as relationships go, I think you need to fully love someone. I mean, as far as relationships go, you
okay.
You need to fully know someone to fully love them, and you need to be fully known to be fully loved. And it starts with knowing who your creator is, because if you don't love your creator and love his creation, then how can you love his other creations? If you
dang, girl. Sorry. That was
it's
good.
true. If you don't
That
love
was
the
good.
creator, if you don't love your creator, how can you love his creations and the things he's also created? And so, yeah.
No, but see, that's what I kind of meant by, like, remember in the beginning when I was, like, talking about my, like, singleness? That's what I meant, like, growing my relationship with God first. Because
I don't know. I think sometimes singleness gets a bad rep, and people almost use it as an excuse, you know?
No, yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, yes, singleness is so good. And I don't think it's a waiting period. I think it's a preparing period. But at the same time, I don't like it when people are like, oh, God's calling me to singleness. When in actuality, you're choosing singleness because you're too afraid to not necessarily pursue, but go into the next step.
No, like, for me, I'm, like, preparing my heart and preparing, like, my relationships so that I can be, like, ready and, like, steady in my relationship with God, so that when, like, that right person does come, like, I will, like, we can actually center our relationship on Christ, and, like, we can both be, like, firm and, like, not insecure about, like, any of that, and that we can just, and be able to, like, trust each other.
I do want to say, like, I think singleness is so good. And if you know that God's calling you singleness, good for yourself as well. But I also want to, like, just make sure, like, you're not choosing singleness without asking God. Or you're not using singleness as an excuse. Because I've heard that a lot, and I don't know. It's just kind of like, do you not see what's in front of you? And he, like, you know. But hey, so, I mean, everyone has a different story. God's got a different plan for everyone. So I can't, don't let anyone tell you what you should or shouldn't do. Let God discern you in that. Use discernment and the Holy Spirit. But it's just what's on my head.
What's on my head?
It is. Wait, how would you know, say
who the right person is? Oh, God.
No.
Oh, I thought
you don't know. That's that thing.
Sorry, what were we gonna ask?
How will you know when you're ready?
I think, well, let's just say this.
Hypothetically,
like, the things the things in my life are, like, under control. Like, right now, I'm trying to get them under control. You know, I'm trying to, like, be at peace with my, like, mind and my schedule and stuff, but it's like, I don't know, it's just every day's like a constant reminder that, like, if I don't have time for this, how am I gonna have time for a relationship? How can I pour, like, all my, like, affection and love into one person if I can't do it for, like, myself or, like, the things around me? But anyways, but for, like, the right time, I think, just being in the right place financially, mentally, emotionally, like, I think that God will place them in the right place at the right time when I need that person. And I know that I will, like, be mature enough. I will, like, you know, my family will support it. Like, all my friends will be, like, for it. Yeah, that's really important to me, too, that my friends and family are supportive of it. But I think, for me, I think the one day when I learn how to stand up for myself and be, I wouldn't say confrontational, but enough so that people don't walk over me, is the day I will be ready. No, but in all seriousness, like... Or maybe that person will teach you how to be confrontational, and will teach you how to stand up. Maybe they'll be like a super bold personality, and then you'll be like, wow. I just want to be like that.
You know, when I meet the person who calls me out on my crap, that's the person. That's when I am ready. No, I'm just saying, like, I think I would consider myself decently ready now, but I'm definitely not looking. But I think when I would say yes to dating someone it kind of relies on myself and the person. Like, if I'm trusting and I'm usually respectful of them, but if I'm trusting...
Usually. Sorry.
No, sorry. If they're, like, respecting of me and my boundaries, and if I'm trusting of them. Because I think I'm a very overthinker and doubter, and so, yeah, if I can really trust them, then I think they're a potential candidate.
No, yeah, what are your toxic traits?
My toxic traits?
Yeah. Like, in
that I lack I lack long-term commitments, or it takes me a long time. I was joking with Noy the other day that my husband or future boyfriend's gonna like get down on one knee, and we're gonna talk about marriage, right? Because I really want to get married, and he's gonna get down on one knee, and I'm gonna be like, it's not a no, but like I need time. Can I ask my mom and dad?
You will.
Can I FaceTime my sister real fast?
You will.
No, but we're joking about that. But I think that I'm slow to commitment, that I do overthink, overanalyze things. I think those are my main two. But they're connected. I am slow to commitment because I think of every possible issue that could go wrong.
Bro, we're like the exact same. Like, I don't have trust issues. Like, I don't care if they're talking to other people. Like, they can talk to other people. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't care.
But see, that's like, where mine went downhill.
Really?
In the past, yeah.
You were talking to other people. I knew. Keeleen, oh my gosh, stop.
She's joking, by the way. Lindsay, stop. People are gonna think that.
No, but I'm also, it's not that, like, I don't, like, I'm almost, I don't, Can I speak
English?
It's not like,
I don't.
I wouldn't say I'm, like, too trusting. I mean, I trust people. I'm like, okay, I don't care. But then, like, the moment that, like, someone is, like, marriage or, like, oh, like, next year, I'm like, huh? Like, I was telling Keeleen about this, and this is, like, so sad. Like, this is reality. Like, for us, like, Christian children, like, you're only gonna be with one person for the rest of your life. And I, like, I just can't. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, that scares me so bad. Like, one person.
Mine's not that issue. Mine's that I'm gonna date someone and then it's not gonna work out. That's my issue. No,
Keeleen, you're gonna find someone. It's okay. That'll last. Okay? You're fine.
Thank you.
Now last forever? I might start crying. Anyways.
So we're very different. The key concept is that we lack
commitment.
We lack commitment, and I overanalyze and overthink everything and second guess. Okay. But I think for me, I'm also, if you rub me the wrong way one time, I'll stand clear of you. But actually, I don't know, I think most of the time I give people the benefit of the doubt and second, third, fourth million chances over and over, and that's something that's kind of almost toxic. Because I give people who in my life shouldn't have fifth, sixth chances that many plus.
Yeah, and it's annoying. Like, it's frustrating.
And it hurts. I'm sorry.
For me to watch, okay?
Because it does take a toll on me. I don't know if it hurts me necessarily, but it takes a toll on me. And I know it. Well, in the moment I don't know it. I'm always like, it's okay, like, I'm sorry for not doing so-and-so. When it could partially be my fault, but like, I'm making excuses for them and trying to compensate for them. And I think that's another reason why I have trust issues. Not because I want to give them the benefit of doubt, but then they keep ruining it every
it's like
time.
you're too trusting that you've developed trust issues. And now you can't trust anyone.
Yeah. Because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they can be better or different, but every time they fail.
Yeah, and if it's every time, say goodbye.
I know. I need to say something, but then I don't hurt their
there it
feelings
is again, the confrontational part. Here we go. It's an endless cycle.
It is. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
We're trying.
You're trying.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
No. And I think that's also another thing. Like, we're also terrible communicators.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm a communications major.
And oh.
Okay, we're good in communicating in the fact that we'll stay updated with people.
Okay, well, but like our feelings?
Emotionally bad communicators. Mentally bad communicators. Everything else
Physically. What?
I think I am a bad communicator because you can never read how I feel. Like
Physically.
like, I don't read. I can read how another person feels about another person, but if you are apparently, I've been hearing this from quite a few of my friends around me that people flirt, and it goes straight over my head.
Yeah, she's quite oblivious.
I'll be like, so-and-so just told me that this and this person was doing this and this. Is that like something? And then they'll be like, oh my god.
And if you're asking your 17-year-old sister, something's wrong.
Well, I just don't. I think because I'm not. Oh, that's so sad.
There's just too many guys hitting on her. So like, chill out. Like she can't have 5 guys at the same time. Okay.
No. I need to be a better communicator so that because people tend to tell me their feelings and secrets and stories and everything, but I never really.
And then you tell me.
Okay, yes, but I don't share my feelings or thoughts or circumstances with a lot of people, except for Lindsay. That's it though. Yeah. I don't know. I think I
don't like talking about my feelings.
Neither do I. Which is why we need to get better at it. And that's why I think people can't read me, because they can't read me because I'm just kind of like, heh. I'm fine. See? Anyways, but like, see, people can't read me, so then they don't know how to approach me, I guess. And then I have no idea what they're doing because like it just goes over my head. So it's just, I guess in all, I need to work on, for relationships, whether friendships or love interests, I need to work on my communication emotionally. I need to be a little bit more confrontational so that doesn't take a toll on me giving them 3rd, 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th chances.
Are we just like turning this into like a therapy
Yes,
session, like
and then
to-do list?
Yeah. So that's me. Okay, we know. But no, we're talking about relationships. Like that's something I need to work on to be prepared during this time, to be prepared for a potential relationship, if that's what God calls me to.
Oh, for me. Oh god. I mean, like, I'm pretty close to perfect. Just kidding. For me, I need to work on my communication. I do not have a way with words.
She doesn't. All she says, okay, true.
Yeah, I do not like to communicate through words. Or anything else, really. I also, what was the other thing? I'm like the type, again, who looks ahead and worries and stuff, and I shouldn't, like, I've been trying to remind myself that I don't need to, like, worry about tomorrow. I don't need to worry about the next day.
You can't control the future, only God can, so.
Exactly.
Trust.
Exactly. Faith. It's not in my hands, like, it's not like I'm gonna take a hold of my destiny. I'm gonna lead myself the wrong way. Like, it's already planned out for me. Like, I already know that I'm safe and all of that, and so I just have to worry about living right now, Keeling's word, and just enjoy where I'm at. Yeah. And not stress about that.
So with that being said, we went on a good amount of time
Everywhere.
this time.
We went all the way up to 5.
We took a little bit of time this Talk It Out Tuesday, but we hope you enjoyed.
What do I say? See you next Tuesday.
Let us know in the comments down below how you're liking these conversations, and let us know what else you want us to talk about, or just don't say anything like normal. Anyway.
Okay, she's calling y'all out.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Double tap.
We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Bye.